Turning now to Storm Watch 12 meteorologist Josh Colbert this morning, and we are looking at a pretty mild start to our day in Medford right now. Cooler than I expected it to be when I woke up this morning. Not the case for the rest of the week ahead.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to feel cool for that much longer, especially a little bit later in the week as temperatures are going to skyrocket. We'll have more on that here in just a little bit. But for this morning, it's a very pleasant start to the work week in Medford. Right now, you're taking a live, beautiful look at Medford from the People's Bank off Biddle Road. 49 degrees there this morning, and we are definitely a little bit cooler over on the east side, 40s and 30s there. Just a reminder that a freeze warning is still in place for both Klamath and Lake counties. That runs until 9 a.m. for this morning. But over in the west side valleys, not dealing with any frost, any freezes this morning, as temperatures are in the 40s, and we are at 51 degrees this morning along the coast in Brookings. The UV index for today is going to be an 8 out of 11, so that means that if you walk outside, your skin could be damaged within 20 minutes if you're not putting on sunscreen. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is to reapply sunscreen if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time. So for today, we will have a lot of sunshine up in the sky. It's definitely going to be a little bit warmer than yesterday, although temperatures are going to be just a little bit below average by maybe a degree or two. We'll be near 70 degrees over on the east side, near 80 degrees for our west side valleys, and we'll be at 73 degrees today in Brookings. There could be a bit of an offshore component to the winds, which means that the Chetco effect could kind of usher the temperatures to be a little bit higher than they otherwise would be. So we'll watch that temperature in Brookings very, very closely, especially as we get a little bit later in the day as some of those winds start to pick up. And then overnight, the winds will kind of keep on keeping on there along the coast. They could still gust out of the north up to 30 miles per hour. But elsewhere, look at this. We won't have any winds. We really won't have any clouds either, and temperatures are going to be much warmer than what we're dealing with for this morning. We're going to be near 40 degrees over on the east side, near 50 degrees for our west side valleys. We'll be in the mid-50s there along the southern Oregon coastline. Our temperatures, they're only going up from here. We will substantially warm up into Tuesday by about 10 degrees, and then highs are going to hover right around 90 degrees for the rest of the work week. Nothing but sunshine this week. No rain. In fact, very few clouds at all. And going back to that no rain point, yeah, that is very discouraging, especially around this time of the year. I'm starting to feel it in my gut that fire season, I know it's been officially declared, but I think that fire conditions are about to get much, much worse here pretty soon. Here's your pollen forecast over the next few days, and you can see that we're still observing some days where the pollen counts are going to be in that high category. The top allergens continue to be grasses, sagebrush, and mulberry. Here is your 7-day forecast along the coast. We are going to get very warm into Tuesday. Again, with the Chetco effect, maybe some of those winds coming out of the east, that could really get the temperatures to be into the 80s. We've definitely seen temperatures that have risen into the 90s before because of the Chetco effect. So obviously we're going to watch that very, very closely. For Siskiyou County, we are going to get extremely hot over the next few days. And then again, looking forward to the weekend, it looks like maybe we could break 100 degrees in Siskiyou County. For the east side, it looks like we'll likely be in the 90s. Come time for the weekend, we'll have some windy conditions. So of course, 7 days straight of dry weather and of hot weather, not what you want to see. Pretty much seeing the exact same thing up in the mountains. Although, of course, the silver lining in all of this is it's going to be a beautiful week. If you want to get up to Crater Lake, it's going to be a beautiful week to do that. And then for the Rogue Valley, keeping things warm for today, hot for tomorrow, very hot for the weekend.
I'm shocked looking at those weekend temperatures. I don't think I saw those yesterday, nearing triple digits. We just have made kind of like a 180 when it comes to our weather.
Yeah, we were kind of going through this period where we would get a couple days of weather like this, then we'd slip back into kind of a cooler and wetter pattern. This time, I think we're in it for the long run. It's time. Okay,
well that's not good news because we're coming up on 1 year since that heat wave last year, and it ended up being deadly. So definitely something that people want to keep in mind. Take this heat seriously.
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Josh.